What's going on YouTube? Tactical Wave here. In today's video, I'm just coming at you guys with a simple tutorial on how to clean the FN57, at least how I clean it. Now this is one of the firearms within my arsenal that I do decide to conceal carry from time to time. And from concealed carrying firearms, you know that they get dry, you know that they get dirty. So it's always good to clean your firearms every now and then. Now, before we even clean the gun at all, I'm just gonna go ahead and clear it out. Make sure that that magazine is far away from the cleaning area. And firearm is clear. All right, now to disassemble this firearm, it's kind of the same as the Glock. You want to pull it back kind of like a quarter of the way, and then just actuate this front lever right here, and then it should slide right off. And as you can see by the internals of the 5.7, I have not cleaned this in a hot minute. So as you can see, the internal hammer has like caked up dust and debris all in it. So we're gonna get all that cleaned and situated. And I'm actually gonna be starting with the top slide first. Like I said, I've done a horrible job with maintenance and cleaning my 5.7. It's very dry. It's all types of dust in there. So I'm gonna take the barrel out first. Set that to the side. Right now, I'm just going to put a layer of foam CLP. This is what I'm going to be using, some Hops, high performance technology. It's basically just CLP. I'm going to spray some of that on the top of the barrel. So I'm going to give it a good shake real quick. Just going to put some CLP. Got some on my fingers, but that's all right. I'm just going to let that sit right there for a little bit. All right, guys, while that slide is sitting there and that CLP is doing its thing, I'm going to start working on the barrel. I've put a little bit of CLP on a barrel swab here. And if you guys can't find an actual 5.7 barrel swab or bronze brush, any .22 caliber brush would work. If it's in there, just fine. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is put this in there. And then you want to untwist it once you get it through the barrel, because you don't want to be dragging that dirt back into your barrel. So I'm going to let that sit right there. And then I'm also going to put some CLP on the barrel itself too. So like I said, guys, I'm going a little overboard because this was really dry and a lot of debris and junk. So yeah, if it looks like I'm going a little overboard, it's because I am. But now we can move on to that lower half of the gun. As you can see, the internal hammer, like I said in the beginning, has like all kinds of just dirt and dust in there. So I'm going to be putting a little bit of foam on this as well. But all right, I've got a little bit of foam soaking in on that hammer, a little bit of the springs, and where the slide will be making contact and friction right here. So I'm going to set that to the side now, and then I'm going to go back to the top slide. And then with the top slide, I'm just going to try to get the remaining of that CLP out. Try to clean it as much as I can. If you can't get it all with a cleaning patch, it's fine. You're just going to come back with a nylon brush here in a little bit and scrub the remaining dirt out. So it's about as much as I can get out. So now I'm going to move to my nylon brush. And I'm just going to try to get as much dirt as I can out. Like I said, guys, this gun was completely dried out, man. I haven't cleaned this in a long time, so this way. All right, cool. Now that you have all your CLP out, what I like to do is just go over the slide once more with a nylon brush, try to get any remaining dust out before we lubricate the slide. I also like how this brush comes with a small or a thinner brush. It allows you to get within those tight and confined spaces of the slide as well. So then I'll probably take another cleaning patch here. Get a couple of them out actually. I'll just go up and down the slide one more time before we lubricate it. Not necessarily trying to get it dry, but I don't want all that gunked up CLP and dirt all in my slide before I lubricate it. So see, look, still getting some dirt out. So All right, cool guys, my top slide is cleaned. I haven't lubricated it yet because I still need to get to the other parts of the firearm. But for right now, I'm just gonna put it over here on this clean towel because you never wanna put something that you just cleaned back on a dirty surface. So I'm just gonna let that relax over here. All right, so cool, we got the barrel. We also still have that COP that was soaking on there. So I'm just gonna take a nylon brush and try to get any debris and carbon that was built up on the barrel off of there. All right, and I still have COP in the barrel that I put in there with the barrel swab. So now what we're gonna do, oops, kind of sticking to the towel. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a copper bronze brush and I'm just gonna go in the barrel and try to push any built up carbon out. And it's gonna be the same motion that we did with that swab. You're gonna stick it in and untwist because you don't wanna be pulling dirt in and out of your barrel. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do this at least another 2 more times just to make sure that there's no debris in my barrel. So stick in, untwist, and then repeat. And I'll do it one more time. All right, cool. Now I'll take a cleaning patch and just get the tip of the barrel. Now, I'm also not going to lubricate this yet because we still have the lower half to finish. So just going to put that over there on that clean towel. And with my nylon brush, I'm just going to go over the internals of the lower half, get where all that dust was on that internal hammer. Get the mag well as well because it was pretty dirty in there. And actually use this towel to get in there. And just like the top side, you want to not necessarily dry it out again, but you just want to try to get all that caked up COP and dust out of there before you lubricate it again. So that's what I'm doing right now, and just going to take a cleaning cloth at this point because I can get in those more confined spaces than with this towel. And I'm going to try to get all that stuff out. All right, guys, now that I have everything cleaned up, it is time to start the lubricating process. I'm just going to start with the barrel first. And what I'm going to be using is some Hops High Performance Precision Oil. This is some pretty good stuff. It's a really good lubricant. You only need to open it a little bit because if you open it too much, it just dumps out. So, and what I like to do is just put a dab on there, and then the rest I can just put on with my fingers. So you really don't need that much. A small drop goes a long way with this stuff. So then I like to put a little bit on that feed lip, a little bit on this notch right here, this hook, and then I usually just rub any excess on the spring right here. Now that that is lubed up, we'll move on to the slide. All right, guys, now when it comes to the top slide, the things that I like to lubricate are these metal rails right here, and also kind of the sides of the metal rails. I already did this side, so I'll show you on this side what I mean by that. Just put a drop of precision oil on this rail, and I like to let it slide or drop down that rail, and sometimes you can use your fingers if it's not going all the way down. Then I'll also put some, well, there's already some on the top. So if you have some on the top, just rub it down with your fingers. These rails, they go through a lot of friction. So you just want to make sure it's lubricated. You don't want your rails to be too dry on your firearm. So, and then also the same with those front 2 rails, guys. Just make sure you're going over it with lubrication. I've already kind of done it, and I've already got a little bit inside the slide as well. So you can just use your fingers and spread that lubricant out. All right, guys, once you're done with the top slide, last part, you have the lower half. What I'll do is I'll take a toothbrush. This one is only used for when I lubricate my weapon, so it's not dirty. What I'll do is I'll just put some oil on it, and then I kind of already did a little bit, but what I'll do is, because these internals right here are kind of hard to reach with your fingers or a cloth, so what I like to do is just get in there with a toothbrush and try to get that oil all in these small confined areas of the firearm. So all right, now that I'm done getting all that oil in there, we are ready to put the firearm back together, and it does look a lot better. That hammer's not covered in dust anymore, so that's cool. So yeah, let's get the firearm back together. All right, guys, you got your top slide, barrel, put your barrel back in, make sure you hear that positive click. Lower half, slide everything up, lock your slide back, put that pin back forward, and 5.7 is back intact, and it is cleaned. If you guys were wondering what type of holster I am actually using to conceal carry this, and you probably saw it a little bit in the video, it is the We the People carbon fiber holster. I really like this holster because it's lightweight, gives a nice positive click when the gun is intact inside of it, and it feels really good on the hip. So yeah, I'm using the We the People carbon fiber 5.7 holster. So, and We the People also makes some really good holsters in general for all other types of pistols and stuff like that. But yeah, this is the FN 5.7, the Mark II. The Mark III is now out, and no, I'm probably not going to be buying it. I am perfectly fine with my Mark II. The only thing that is different is the slide serrations. The gun is a little bit more squared, kind of like a little bit more Glocky-ish squared, and it has that the red dot. It's a red dot ready. So, but other than that, it's the same gun. So there's no need for me to spend another $1,000 on a 5.7 one. This one works just fine. So yeah, if you guys want to see more cleaning videos in this POV setting, just let me know in the comments below. And as usual, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and with that, Tactical Wave out.